it can be very difficult to get a sense of hope, faith, or even a sense of God when we are going through some very deep and intense emotional pain that can be brought on by various experiences or situations in our lives that trigger emotions such as sadness, hopelessness, grief, regret, guilt, loneliness, or even a general sense of frustration. During these moments, it's so hard for us to separate ourselves from the process and really look at it from a higher perspective. And so we really don't know how to be with this process and begin to lose ourselves. I know I've been here many times, and I know you have too. And the absolute honest truth is that we will keep coming to these moments and phases in our lives throughout our life on earth, because these moments and phases are the apex of transformation. And without this, we do not evolve in this human form. But the struggle is real. And when you find yourself at the edge of almost giving up, no amount of understanding will do it for us. So although there are a lot of self-care tips and techniques out there which I highly recommend, I personally, from my own experience, have found this one suggestion an invitation that I'm going to share with you. And for that, I'm going to actually use an analogy as a reference so you get an understanding of what it actually feels like. Imagine that you have to walk into a completely dark room that you are not familiar with and look for the light switch. Now, the first thing we naturally, innately do is that when we are not familiar with the environment, is that we slow down. We slow down and we start to just really attune to the darkness. By attuning to the darkness, we become really familiar with the environment. And at the same time, we invite the darkness to come closer to us. And for some reason, there is a natural wiring in our system that says we can trust the darkness to reveal something that will guide us towards the light switch. And so we patiently wait for that shift to take place. And that shift happens so naturally that suddenly the darkness starts to reveal itself. And in the dark, we're able to get a sense of everything that's there. And without hurting ourselves physically, we find a way to go to the light switch and turn it on. And this is the same process when we are right in the throes of emotional pain. We are in complete darkness. We have no clue what's next, and we have no idea what to hold on to as hope or faith. And in these moments, I invite you to welcome the darkness. Welcome the darkness as your point of reference for faith. That it will reveal itself to you. And all you're required to do is to be patient and willing to listen, feel, and attune your senses to the darkness. And then something really shifts. And it's so hard to find the right words to express that shift, but something does. And suddenly the darkness is no longer the enemy. the darkness actually becomes the very act of safety and faith for you to get through that emotional intensity that's moving through you. And somehow the insights, the revelations, the realizations, and the shift in your evolution takes place ever so naturally.